I was asked if I would be interested in restoring a campervan that was pulled out of someone's garden after laying for 2 years. They had started the project, stripped it down and left it for a further 3 years, so I said no. Twice! But anyway, this is the full series in one video after I was finally convinced to say yes. I hope you guys enjoy it. Welcome back everyone. There's pause on a few things just now and we're going to focus on this. This is a Ford Transit Campervan that is in dire need of saving. It's been brought to me to try and do that. It's needing a lot of body work, a lot of engine work. It needs paint and it's very tired. Now it's one of those ones where they've started it. I think they've replaced the clutch but they've not built it back up since. It's been sitting there for 3 years now. Everything for the van is inside it. We just need to lay it out, make a plan. It's going to be like a jigsaw and I want to get it up and running and hear it and move it before we decide to spend any money or any time on paint, etc. I'm going to unhook you guys now and give you guys a walk around. Right, I hope you guys can see because it's very early morning here yet. I'm just going to show you. There is the whole front of the van. All needs redone, rebuilt. And the side wings, all missing. It's quite a dated interior. All the seats and stuff are loose. They've been welding in here and fixing in here, which we'll show you guys. You can see the door seal and everything's off. That's what we are working with. Everything is in the back of the van. You can see it has actually been a camper from original, I think. I've tried to do a little bit of googling on these to see when they were made, etc, but I'm not sure I can find anything useful. Just take a walk around. You can see where it had some sill work there, but it's not the best, to be honest. We're going to see what we can do with that without going too crazy on it. I've not been properly inside it yet, to be honest, because and this whole side here has all been done. So we're going to need to draw some attention to that because it's not even been finished welding, as you'll see in there. And again, same with the front wing on this side. So yeah, I can't remember where it says that it's a camper. It is a Ford Transit camper from like the factory, I thought. I'm going to lift this up. There's a lot of jigsawing to happen in there.
This last year's Christmas present. That's why I'm saying take a look at her.
You distracted me.
What was last year's Christmas present?
That's what you mean.
Was it that big? That's never working. Get the bonnet off. Right. Where's the tools?
Oh fucking hell, man. You mean the toilet? Right, we're off to a bad start. I'm struggling with the bonnet and Finley's struggling with wind. But it wasn't long before we had all the parts from inside the van laid out and most of the coolant lines sussed out thanks to Finley's friend James and some diagrams we got from my old work. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Just to fill in, there's a bit of confusion with some of the coolant hoses and what's been temporarily placed places and what's supposed to be where. I've contacted a parts company who helps me with parts sometimes and they've sent us over a diagram, so we're going to try and follow it, which has already helped us suss out that there's two hoses go up here, so I've pinged the picture to Finley and then we're just going to fire in. Some of the loom needed routing round the far side of the engine, and it wasn't really cooperating, which started to get me really frustrated.
Stupid man, whose idea was this?
The following day.
It doesn't look as if I've made much progress. We actually had to take the radiator and stuff off, and we had to reroute the loom to make sure that it was locating into the power for the glow plugs, and that everything was getting a little bit more comfortable. Since then, we did hook up a battery, but the battery earth was pretty bad on it. It was a kind of makeshift one, so we ordered a genuine one, and then we were having some trouble. When we turned on the dash, we weren't getting any battery light, but we were getting some dash lights. So we took the starter out to do a bit of diagnosis there to make sure it was still working, and what we found out is that if we earthed it straight off the body, the starter was turning. So we kind of eliminated that it was going to be an earth problem. So we rerouted the earth that we had going from the starter onto the box, and we've moved it over there onto the chassis. Since then, we've now getting a battery light, and then it's now wanting to crank. So this video is basically, can we get this to go? What we've done is we've cracked off the injectors just to make sure we're getting some fuel there, and you can see that we're getting out some fuel. Doesn't smell the best, but we're going to try, see if there's air in them. We're going to crack them off. Darren's here to help, so I'm going to crank while he's cracking off the injectors, and we're going to try and see if we can get it to fire up.
Are you ready, brother?
Right, we'll start.
Ready?
We'll start at one again, you ready? When you go, mate.
Oh, it's wanting to go.
Go for it.
You ready?
Aye, go. Keep going, mate. Again.
It's right there, innit?
Aye.
Slowing down a wee bit again, but...
Aye.
So how much just my booster pack's got, so I think keep us going.
Right, last one. When you go, mate.
She's starting to smell a bit out the back. Ready?
Aye, go.
Slowing down again, aren't we?
Right, so it's seems to make a difference when you crack them up too. When you go.
Just when it looked like the van wouldn't start, it kicked into action with the kiss of life from Darren as I cranked the engine. Now we've had the engine running, we can replace the rusty old suspension parts with some nice new parts. We're replacing both front lower arms, both front drop links, and then with this done we can refit the drive shafts which weren't on the van when we picked it up. We had to work late into the night, but managed to replace the front brake lines, flexi hoses and both front calipers. The next job was to dry fit the front end and the wings that were already in primer. Back on the Transit today, guys. I've been recording a little bit accidentally without you guys. So we're at this stage now. I've managed to get the front end on and I've got the lights sorted out. And the wings they're off, so I've basically been doing a dry fit. Once I had the dry fit, I've removed the wings back off and I've sent them down to Danny for paint, so they're lying in there somewhere. Blank this whole car out, or it might be revealed by then. So, dry fit, got the wings back, we're ready to kind of start piecing this Transit back together. A few things that I've got left to do. I've also fixed the washer system, but we need to fix the wings in place for the last time. The two bumper corners that go in the bottom. And then we need to start doing the sides. So today what I'm doing is I'm welding. So the previous person, you'll have noticed in the first video, had started to make an attempt at repairing this sill. So what we're doing today is, this is all them, I've not done any of that. So I've cleaned this up. So what I've done is I've run my wire wheel across it to clean it up, get some shiny metal and see what we're dealing with. And then I've started some welds here. I would say it maybe looks a little bit better in real life than what you guys can see there. They're nice and flat. If I run across here, it would have been better me doing it at the time. There's obviously a little bit of rust down behind here, and I don't want to take the whole sill off. We're just looking to tidy these up, and then I'm going to Raptor that full strip there, so it will all get hidden. These are going to be easy to flush down and dress because I've got them nice and flat. I've got my wire speed down, I've got my gas there. It's just slightly up because I'm welding outside, but again, I'm not a fabricator. Let's compare it to the person who was welding. That's theirs there, and this is mine, so I would say that's an improvement. I'm going to go back and try and fix that. This is where we're at. I'm going to do a timeline and show you guys some welding today. Just running my weld across here. A couple of bits opened up ever so slightly, so I'm just making sure I keep them closed. I need to go back and fix that hole there that's been left. As I'm coming along, I'm just using the hammer to make sure I'm closing that gap in there, and it's just going to make my welds a bit easier. Again, as you have seen on the Civic, I'm not a fabricator. I'm just trying to weld this up so that my friend can use his camper van. I'm just doing little spots like that, making sure I'm just taking my time, letting it cool down, making sure I'm doing relatively straight line. Every time the gap opens up, go with my hammer, make sure I'm keeping it closed. That's going to keep me nice and flat. Just taking my time, there's no rush with this. I've got the interior pushed back a bit because I'm myself today, so I can do a bit of fire watching, but I'm just taking my time. I've got this whole sill to nip across. Then we're going to sand it down, and we can then get some Raptor on it. One of the wings done by Danny. Danny obviously does the painting on it, and You can see here we've got some alignment to play with and a few other things. The van's still needing all cleaned, polished, and so that we can get the red to match. And I've got this sill to address as well. I actually have the inner sill to address on this side as well, I'm sure. And after that we can start getting the finish to this Transit. Interior's all still to be completed, but we've had it up and running. I'll give you guys updates, but this is where we're at. So we're hopefully getting I've told him a week on Sunday, which is like a week, it's like 10 days basically. I'm looking to have this finished in 10 days, so it's going to be a big push now to get it done so that I can work on that thing you can see there and this thing you can see here. This one's been with us since December or so, so it'd be nice to push it on. I've also had the on and out with the customer the other day there, and we've noticed that one of the legs is broken, so we're going to try and source a leg for the awning bow canopy thing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's where we're at. Stick with us.
On further inspection of the inner sill, I uncovered the thing I feared the most. The back sill and inner arch are rotten. Just when I thought I was on the home straight, the welder's going to have to come back out. At first I thought this was out my depth skill wise, but I've managed to fabricate it back up one small section at a time. And then there was the bumper gaps at the front, which were also horrendous and needed attention.
Here we're going to show you how I'm going to correct the two sides outer sills where they had been welding done, and we've kind of primered it up already. And what I'm going to use to finish those sills is I'm going to use Raptor liner. You'll probably notice that when you see a few transit vans or different types of vans, pickups, whatever, driving past, you'll notice like the bottom third is black, and that indicates that it's been welded and basically undersealed, and they've kind of undersealed the outer sill. I don't want to leave this because it's a camper. I don't want to leave this black. I would rather we kept it to the colour of the vehicle. And how we're going to achieve that is this. So we've got Raptor liner here. It's not black, it's actually tintable. And what we're going to do, we've got one hit here, so this is one container. It comes in I've bought a pack of 4. We've got a hardener, so it's a 2-pack. And then to achieve our colour, we've got some paint that we're going to put in to tint. Now, when I got the wings painted from Danny, I asked him if he could set aside some extra paint for me so that I could mix up the liner. And we're just going to use a little roller tray with a little roller, and we're just going to put a rolled textured finish. I've masked off the bottom kind of third, and we're just going to roll it to leave a textured finish, which is going to be a bit more pleasing on the eye compared to just black spray under seal. So that's what we're going to do today. To mix this up, this kit I bought it as a pack of 4. It's quite good. It's got a line there of 237 millilitres. Yep, thought it was a 5 there. So we're going to fill up to that line. That amount of hardener makes up one bottle, and then we're going to tint it. So all I'm going to do is pour the hardener into the bottle, add our desired colour, whatever yours may be, and we're going to shake it vigorously for about a good 2 to 3 minutes, and that's going to be ready to rock and roll basically. To be truthful, I rolled some on last night, a first coat. I'm going to build up multiple layers. Some of the areas we're covering is black, so red's not the best to cover anything. So I'm rolling on a few more today. So when we go out, it will already be red. I've rolled one on. Things are progressing quickly on the Transit. We're actually trying to push it back to the customer. Things have been happening crazy, personal life and the business and the channel. So I'm trying to push this on. I'll get you guys up to speed when we go out there. Just at the shaking stage now. Shake for 2 to 3 minutes. It's a bit hard work. I've used this stuff before on a repair sill job, so I just keep using it now. The customer was pretty happy. I just always like to leave that coloured finish
instead of just the black. A little bit more expensive, I would say, but not hundreds of pounds difference. You're maybe talking £10–15, and I think that's just better putting that little bit of effort in rather than leaving it black. I don't think that's pleasing at all. It says use around 10% of the colour to mix up. So whatever colour you're mixing, add 10%, and you can also add a little bit of thinners and stuff as well. But we're rolling this on just with the roller, and it works pretty well, to be honest. You can spray it on as well. You can attach your shoots gun to this and you can spray it. There's slightly different mixing ratios if you're spraying compared to rolling. I'm just following this for rolling. I've used it before and it worked well, so I'm just going to stick to that. Just to speak a little minute about preparation before you do this, I've keyed the surface and then wiped it down with panel wipe. To key the surface, I have these little Scotch pads that I've got on a buffer, and I'm just using my drill, and I've literally just went across it to key the surface and then wiped it down with a microfiber cloth and some panel wipe just to remove any dust or any excess behind. The reason I'm keying is just to give the Raptor something to grab on and bite onto. So we've pre-washed those sections, keyed the surface, wiped them down with panel wipe, and then it's ready, masked it up, and then it's ready to apply our layers of Raptor. I've just put another layer on this one here. I'm just going to keep going. I'm sure it says like leave it for half an hour between coats and then you can reapply the next coat. It'll still be a little bit tacky to touch, but we'll be able to build up layers and layers of coats on this. So if Michelle draws the camera around here, you'll see I've masked off this bottom section here. The reason I've done that is because there's actually there's a fold or a line in the van here naturally. So I've taped it there so it looks more of a natural split. And I've rolled up round the arches as well, just taking the curvature of the line. So it's got a textured finish to it, and you can see it's a pretty good match. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've left myself with enough red paint. It's a slightly lighter colour, but we should be okay. That's my mistake for not maybe used too much of my leftovers on this mix and not this mix, but we're going to roll it on anyway. You can see round about here where it's going to take multiple coats. There's already 2 coats on this. We're just going to keep running. A full bottle should hit both sides multiple coats. I think I managed to give each side roughly 3 thin rolled coats using half a bottle. So today we've mixed up a full bottle and we're just going to keep rolling until we run out. I'm not really worried about leaving an edge or anything because it is a protective stone chip paint. And we're just going to make sure that we get everything covered up and there's no flashing happening. And that's it, really. Well, it's not too bad. Slightly light in comparison to yesterday's. You will notice I'm going to kind of let you guys know just now, I don't think these rollers I'm using work well with this type of mix, whether it be the hardener or the paint. You can see there it already wants to separate the rollers rubbish. And what's happening is the lining of the roller is separating. So I've bought extra ones just to get me through. You do get specific ones for Raptor. It's like a textured roller. I'm assuming they work better. I did actually have a couple, but someone used them without my permission. So I don't have them with me. So I'm just using a normal roller. A little tip which I discovered yesterday was when the roller starts playing up is to cut the saggy end off with a pair of scissors, and then it seems to last a bit longer. Make sure you've got plenty of roller heads. selfie mode. Michelle's filling up the buckets. It's big wash day on the Transit. Fingers crossed it's finally complete. We've got the last wing mirror on there. Finished up some welding, some under sealing. We've got a battery to do. Michelle nearly fell there. Battery to do, some wiper blades to change over. Just some little snagging jobs. The inside is going to get cleaned as well. So we're doing the big clean. Stick with us, see how it plans out. I'm going to give you guys a before and an after. I've soaked it up with some pre-wash just now, and I'm just going to keep snow foaming it. Let it dwell, let it dwell. There's a lot of grime on this. So I'm going to show you guys the before, during and after. That's just years of built up grime. The awning's going to have to be retracted. I've repaired that. It's going to have to be retracted. All that grime along there, it's already pre-soaking. Some of it's starting to dry in, so I'm going to have to be quick here. I'm going to blast all this out. A good pre-wash required. This is a good 3 years worth of grime at least. On the Transit we're pre-soaking, and I'm just about to start foaming. It's actually quite cool tonight, so it's a good time to do this. I'm just going to keep layering the snow foam on, let it soak in, soften everything up, and that will complete our pre-wash. So just rinsing off the snow foam here, it's taken a lot of the grime straight off, and we've kind of pre-soaked it in our pre-wash first. Still some areas that need more attention, obviously. I'm being very careful when I go around any window seals, door seals, anything like that, especially the ones up the top there, just in case they're a bit suspect. I mean this van's 23 years old and it's not really moved for the last 4 or 5 years. So we don't want to be blasting in at any kind of seals in case they're perished. So just a quick rinse off. We're letting the chemicals do the work, and I'm going to double check on the inside to make sure that we're not encountering any water leaks. Something I forgot to update you guys on, the Raptor. This is the finished product on the side, you can see there, and it's also water repellent apparently. You can feel quite a lip there, quite an edge of the amount of coats that we've built up on this. To be honest, it could be doing with being a bit more redder. I don't think I got enough paint from the supplier to mix up my second batch because I've done it over 2 periods. But all in all, we can add another coat in later if need be and mix it up to be redder. But we're just going to continue with the rinse. There's some more work to be done in there, but overall no too bad for just a pre-wash. We've got our 2 buckets here, so I'm using this, and I've got a decent strength mix, even though that's the ratio. I've got a lot more than that in the buckets. So I'm just going to get hands on here. That's step 1 of the Transit complete. So we've just done the pre-wash, a mechanical wash with a 2 bucket method, and then we have, although we haven't showed you guys, we have done a liquid decontamination on it, so fallout removal, and some detarring. To be honest, there wasn't that much to report. Tomorrow we're going to clay the car, and the van, and to do that I'm just going to use a mitt, a clay cloth or a clay mitt, and that's just because of the sheer size and the scale of this. So we're going to clay it up tomorrow, and then we're going to polish the areas that require attention to get it all hopefully similar colour throughout. We can do the glass, we're going to seal the van, and then we're going to tackle the interior. Continue with us and we'll reveal what happens after step 2.
The following day.
I'm outside doing the work while Michelle's inside doing the work. I'm just going to show you guys what we're doing today. I'm kind of cheating, it's threatening rain, we've got a few spits. I've just rolled it on and out. This needs to get cleaned anyway, but before we do that, I'm going to try and quickly tackle this polishing. You can see here I've just done a little test patch here, and I ran a little bit of masking tape just so you guys can see a before and after the contrast. These panels are dull, oxidised, they just need to put back up. Now, I'm not doing a paint correction on this van, so we're not really tackling swirls or putting lights and all that kind of stuff. What we're basically doing is just trying to get the panels to start matching. You'll see here the colour of the wing, and then it's getting more pink the further we go up the van. We're just trying to keep the van back to the same colour. This is actually the worst of the sides. It must have been sitting exposed to the sun. The other side is actually fine. So we're going to do this side of the van. It's quite good because I've got large sections, so we can tackle up the bigger polisher. Any small pillars will reduce the size of the polisher. Just want to show you, I'm using Menzerna 2,500, and it's just a medium pad. That is a Roops pad, and I'm using my Auto Finesse polisher. It's a dual action polisher. You can see here we're taking some of the oxidisation and stuff off the paint. You have to be careful. We don't know too much about the paint history of this car, so you have to be very careful. But luckily we're not cutting and refining, we're just simply trying to enhance the gloss back out of the paint. So that is working quite well. We're going to sit you guys down and we're going to speak through this, and I will show you the finished result.
So today, while I'm doing the inside of the van, I thought I'd use some of the products that we showed you in the earlier Aldi hack, just to prove that we do use them, and like as we said in the hack video, they are essentially really good. So what I've got first is my non-scratch sponge scrubber. And use that to break through a lot of the dirt and the grime that's built up over a very long time in this van. In a minute I'm going to bring you down and show you exactly what I'm going to be tackling. I am going to be using the microfiber cloths from Aldi just to buff off any excess, and we are going to be using the all-purpose cleaner today. Lemon makes the place smell really good. I have mixed up a slightly stronger batch today than normal just because the grime I'm going through is lots and lots of years old. So as you can see, lots and lots of mould and mildew has built up over the years on this steering wheel. It's a lot of dust off the work that's been getting done. It's Paul being an absolute idiot.
Did I scare you?
Sorry.
Did I scare you?
No.
Okay.
Your face scares me. As you can see, Paul's working hard. So I have done the outside of the steering wheel here. I've still got the indicators in back there to do, but I thought I'd just give you a quick view of how things are looking. As you can see, we have pretty much removed all of the grime that was there, all the built up mould and mildew. We're looking pretty good, so we're going to crack on with the rest of this mess and show you the end result very, very soon. Guys, here is the end result of all that cleaning. I think you'll agree that she's cleaned up pretty nicely and is definitely a lot better looking than she was before we got our hands on her. Let's go and check in with Paul and see how he's getting on with his part.
The weather's starting to change a bit, guys, but I just wanted to show you guys I'm cleaning my pad out in between sets. Normally I use compressed air, but the compressor's in the workshop, we're up at home. So I'm just using a slightly stiffer brush, spinning it, and I'm clearing the pad out between sets. Okay, so we've finished the exterior of the van. We have done the paint enhancement, so it's all sitting back as the correct colour again. For now, we're going to focus on the interior and give this place a deep clean. We haven't ventured too much into interior because this is where all the parts was stored. But we have just removed everything. Don't want to show you guys that. Literally anything that was in here, we've removed. We're back to almost a bare shell. Michelle just spins the camera around. We'll show you what we're kind of dealing with. We've just removed everything and we're left with the units and the kitchen. We've folded away the bed there, up in. We've stripped the curtains off so that they can be washed, although they're probably going to want to be modernised a little bit if I'm telling the truth. But we're just going to tackle the carpet, the units, get everything cleaned. I've also fitted a leisure battery in the back so we can test any of the electrics, see if we can get that to work. Right, we're just kind of going to show you guys the setup first. So we've got a little... guys, I'm not a camper by any means, but we've got a little, we just call that a hob.
Hob, yes.
I'm taking, that's an external adapter for a hookup. We've got a sink. I think we have to, that was going to require a pump, I think. What we got here, storage up here. Is that how that works? Oh, and then it holds it. That holds no. Oh, there's still happy camper mug. Oh, I've just realised, Michelle.
What?
Like, if stuff like that's in here, I hope there's no like food or anything.
Where is the?
I
Where's
don't
the
know.
fridge? Or cupboards? Oh,
What's in there? What's in there?
I don't open it. Food.
Oh, I thought it was a spider.
No. What?
Oh man, smell it.
Absolutely not.
Smell that. What? Is it a date? Let's see if there's a date. Is it a date? Oh my god, look at that. Look at the consistency.
It's made what?
Oh my god, smell that.
I'm like sick.
I'm going to smell it.
No, I'm not. No, because it'll reek everything out.
Take it outside and I'll smell it.
January 18.
What else we got? Hot sauce. Hot wing sauce, buffalo wing sauce. We've got a little TV, we've got a fire extinguisher, a little storage unit here. There's specs. Oh. Oh, right, so that's like a... Oh, that must be the aerial for the TV. There's an aerial on the roof. That's leading for the TV. We've got insect repellent. That is Scotland. Don't think that was meant to happen.
Thanks for that. So when you figure that back out then?
Did I break that? No, I didn't.
No,
it's
it just pops off the...
It's power sockets. Alright, here's a battery status thing. Showing a car, a caravan, and then an off. Put it to car.
Put it to caravan and switch it on.
Oh, it's doing something.
I'm making noise.
What was that? A pump? What's the pump do?
I don't know.
What does the pump do?
Put it back on. We're just powering things up.
How come it lights on there?
Yes, they are.
Alright, alright.
That one needs a new bulb then.
No, flick it. Flick it.
Oh.
We've got two lights.
Wait, how does this one look? Oh, that's so sticky. Ew.
Don't! Ah! What's the pump?
I don't know.
Shh.
Sink. And,
Oh, it works off that switch.
Right, okay.
So we need water in it.
Is there an underneath?
Is that for a jobby bit?
Oh, there's more under there.
Is that for a jobby bit?
I don't know, it's not for a job.
Where do you do a jobby?
You go to campsites that have got toilets and stuff. What a jobby in
I thought this was like a motorhome where you need a jobby in it.
No. You maybe take a portal and then do it outside. But...
Is that maybe the jobby goes in there?
No, Paul.
A portal might fit in there.
You're not going to sit and do a poo while people are sitting there. Paul sitting like right here. Yeah, you sit and do a poo and I'll just sit here.
But wait.
No!
Like, I mean, shut the curtains when they're back up and you can do a
You
job.
to live in here, you're not going to do a poo in the area where you're all living.
Don't shit
Next
where
to the
you eat.
cooker.
I don't want to open that.
Pop the bit back in there.
This bit's last, man. Oh my god, oh fuck that. Did you see that? Oh no, that's like a jobby. Did you see that?
Bye.
Did you see that?
Bye.
Is that something dead in there?
I'm done.
Michelle, you need to clean that.
No.
Michelle, he's paid us.
No. I'm
What?
done.
Did you see that?
No.
Was that a jobby?
I'm done.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Who smells the mayonnaise?
No, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Who has to clean them? The
Who has
fridge?
to empty the fridge?
Uh-huh.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
You're right in my face.
I'm no miles away.
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, I lost. Oh no.
I actually tried to cheat Michelle out of rock, paper, scissors, but somehow I've managed to lose. There's certainly no way I'm tackling anything in that fridge without every single piece of PPE I own. I am not happy about this.
Did you bring your bag in?
No?
There you go.
Is it recording?
Yes.
What is that? That's a jobby. What's that? Double cream! Ah! There's double cream in there!
What kind of cream?
Double cream?
Double cream. Wait a minute. Right, thank you.
You hold the bag.
I'm not touching anything. You lost. Oh my god, Paul, what is that?
I think if you whisk that up, it might be alright.
Oh, it's solid.
What? I don't even know what that is being. Paul! God! In my hair. Did you check the freezer?
Is there a freezer?
Uh-huh.
How'd you get?
Because there's a wee cube bit inside it.
Anything will be frozen, but...
Eh.
That?
Uh-huh. It's a freezer.
Please be empty. Yes! It's empty, bro.
Oh. Right.
Where was the nail?
And that one. Guys, I apologise for the really unsightly camera angle, but I refuse to get any closer.
Buffalo sauce, mate. Smell the nail.
No, you smell it. It's actually like solidified.
Oh, fuck that, by the way. Fuck that. No chance. Looking at that was bad enough. Oh, I can smell. Oh, I can smell that. Get out. You ever had somebody waft salad cream in your face? That's what it's like.
Wow.
I only opened that.
I've got the book and I don't even smell it. Waft salad cream in your face.
So see if you're sitting across the table for somebody and you take a bottle of salad cream and you just squish it and let the air go in and out to the person across the table, it's disgusting. And I like salad cream. I used to like mayo. Here's that jobby.
That needs to go in your bin. I don't want you through at me. Don't!
Doesn't smell anything.
Put it in the bag.
Is that a grill?
Oh, nice frying pan.
Is that just a storage bed? Does that like cook? No, it's a grill.
That's an actual grill. It's quite a handy wee thing.
I don't know if that's loose, so that might need a screw in it. It does.
I don't think that's our...
Oh my god, there's tongs! I could have used the tongs. Have you been in this one?
Mm-hmm. Have it?
No, no. Is there a
The water tank
tank
there.
there? Is that empty then?
I'd imagine it would
You
be.
fill it out from outside.
Is that with the white bit?
Let's see if we can get this working. How does it? Oh, there's a drain out there at the bottom of the sill as well. Right, let's see if we can get it working. I'll get the hose. We've filled water. There's a what do we call that? There's a filler neck on the outside of the van, so we've filled the water into the sink. And if we put the pump on and then turn the tap, oh, we're going. Well, it's looking quite healthy. Let's see if it's draining.
I can hear it.
Van's taking a pish. Oh, I better move that hose because I tipped it over the suspension when I was welding. Overall though, it's not too bad. I think it's time now to get stuck in about the cleaning yet.
So just when Michelle was cleaning out yesterday the fridge, there's a little maggot. She managed to get them all out the fridge. I just found that one there.
We're just on the finishing touches now. Michelle's scrubbed all the cooker, all the surfaces. I'm in to start hoovering out all the little nooks and crannies. So a final hoover down of everything, and the interior is good to go. Recording here, guys. I'm going a quick walk. We've dropped the transit off for the MOT. This is just like kind of live kind of snippet. So I overheard, I don't know if it was a complaint or not, but I just heard someone saying raised roof and windows. So I don't know if Michelle never relayed that information to them or not. But it's on the MOT just now. But the tester seems crab it. I tried to just like small talk and really small talk, and it didn't even reply. So my anxiety's like through the roof. I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money trying to get this transit on the road. One of the things is I normally use my own tester for cars and stuff, and I've got a relationship with them where when I show up I can speak to them. They know me, they've known me for years, but I've only used this place once before, and they were pretty decent back then. That's why I wanted to choose it again, because the actual owner wanted to choose somewhere else. But I'm starting to think we've made a terrible mistake. But it's on the ramp just now, and my anxiety's through the roof. But I'll keep you guys posted. It's fucking past. I don't believe it. Well, I do believe it. We spent a lot of money on it, but I'm going to move off of here. But it's past. I've managed to secure the phone up here, guys. 5 years this hasn't seen the road. We've managed to get it past. I'm over the moon like you can't believe. I actually want to put the radio code in now so that I can start pumping the tunes. This is class, the wee campers. It's just cool as fuck, to be honest with you. This is class, this is brilliant. Oh, I can't believe it. We'll do an extended drive later. So that's the final touches just been done on the transit project, guys. We'll give you one last tour of the van before we sign off on this project, and we're going to take it a little last drive. Michelle's never actually been out in it. Since I've done all this work to it, the owner is actually a good friend of mine. He's told me I can get it whenever I want, but I think it's only fair that the amount of work I've put in, I think it's fair that me and Michelle get first shot, if you know what I mean.
Paul, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make it look like we're having sex. Shut the door.
Give you guys a finished tour of inside. We've got the curtains and stuff back up. I think the owner will probably reupholster the van, to be honest with you. It's a bit dated, you'll see there.
We've got the bunk bed up here, it folds out. We have got a second bed down here. I will spin the camera in a moment, guys. We've got a dining area, the kitchen area. It's all spick and span now. It's good, it's came up pretty well, to be honest. I'm pretty proud of the little project. This is probably one of the biggest projects I've ever completed, to be honest with you. I'm pretty proud of the finished results. I'll spin it round and I'll show you guys what's what. Yeah, so again, that's just a sleeping area there. This pulls out and there's two little mattress bits in there, so I dare say the kids would sleep up there. That chair spins around, as we've probably seen before. We've got everything all cleaned up in the front. The radio and everything's all working. And we have got the seats back in, so this is seat number 1, and then 2 and 3. The heater, I've not sussed it out, I'm going to leave that to the owner along with the fridge and stuff. I don't want to go poking too much, but the heater and the leisure battery is under there with some storage. We've sussed out that this is a table, so it's a little living area there. Plus when this spins round, it's pretty cool. And then to flip you round, we've got the kitchen area here. So we've got the cooker and the grill, I've fixed that up. We've got the wash basin there, storage above the top, the TV, more storage, the gadgets for the electricity and stuff, fridge and wardrobe. So that's the van, guys. Open up there, plenty of space. We've had the canopy and everything out. We've had it all out and cleaned it all. We've repaired the leg. It's pretty cool. Time for the test drive.
Paul drives it like a bit of an old man.
The problem is there's a sun visor on it and I can't get the seat to go up and down, so I have to dip my head under the visor. It's driving pretty sweet, I'm quite impressed. It could be doing with a wheel alignment, don't get me wrong. There's some things that will need done and some teething issues that will probably come back, but there's nothing I can do until those actually happen. Everything's working, MOT'd, insured, it's ready to rock and roll. It could be doing with a little bit updated in the interior, but that's not for us to do.
I can see us in one of these.
I'm not quite 50 yet.
No, I know, I can see us, kids in the back, off on a wee road trip.
The owners said that I can use it, so I think maybe one day you guys might see us actually using it. We might see if we can get a loan of it and maybe do one of the camping nights at Knockhill where we take the car up with us or something. I'll try and get something like that planned. But this is the final drive in the Transit for us. Michelle wanted a little shot. It's quite, it's impressive.
I am impressed. When you drive
watch the road.
Oh.
Forget that it's a big van still, and brake a bit early and things like that. It's heavier. But there's no knocks, bangs, clatters.
When you dragged it into the garden, I honestly didn't think we'd be sitting here driving it right now. I am impressed, I really am.
I remember everyone telling me not to touch this camper van. Stay away from it, don't get it, including Michelle. I did say no twice, and now look, I'm really impressed with how much it's came on. I'm glad I took it on. Could I see it looking like this when I brought it in? Probably not, to be honest. I think I was, even though I wanted it, I was still a bit sceptical myself, but I'm chuffed to bits. I hope the owner's going to love it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us fix it. And I don't know, maybe you guys have got one of your own, or you've converted one. If you want to show us it in the comments.
Help me convince him that they're a good thing to have.
I like my Subarus and my Minis and my Super Turbos and my Pulsars.
I don't like those things. Sorry guys, I apologise for the video. I forgot the GoPro, so it is going to be as bouncy as you see it, is as bouncy as it is for me right now.
It's alright. We'll give you guys one last walk round of the finished camper, and then that's us signing off. Thanks very much for tuning in to this video and this series, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah, Lois. I said I was going scissors. And you went paper. Wait, did you know? I told you I was trying to bluff. But I would have won. I would have won, which means you would have cleaned. Did you try that on purpose? Oh my god! I can't believe I tried to cheat and lost. Oh no!